Coming up, how to create an opt-in or squeeze page in Kartra. Hey guys, Simon Crack here from Dead Call Apps, and today I wanted to shoot this quick video to show you how to set up a squeeze page or an opt-in page, whatever you want to call it, easily in Kartra. So let's get into it. The first thing I want to discuss is the way Kartra sets stuff up. It's easier half the time to do things backwards. So if you wanted to set up a opt-in squeeze page, you'd do the thank you page first and then build your way backwards. It's kind of, you think it might be counterintuitive, but I found out that kind of working with Kartra, it kind of is the best way to do it, because then you'll have the assets that you need to populate the things going forward. So if you start backwards and move forwards, it usually works out better. So let me show you exactly what I mean. So let's get into it. So the first thing you'll need is a thank you page, or a page that once they've entered their name and email address, the user is taken to. So obviously an opt-in page, don't want to explain it too much, but in internet marketing terms is usually it's a name and an email, or just an email, in exchange for maybe a PDF report, a video, something of value that you want to exchange for, to collect someone's name and email address. Because obviously, collecting an email marketing list is obviously a good thing to do. So let's start with creating a thank you page. So we'll go into pages and we'll click new page. And you've got a bunch of things here. There's thank you pages here, so let's have a look. Right. So depending on what you want to be giving away, you can obviously choose one of these templates, video, or say ebook. So I'm going to go with this one for now, and we'll launch Builder. I'm going to name this test thank you, and I'll stick it in no particular category. Right, so obviously this is the page builder. As you can see, when you hover over bits and pieces, you can then edit stuff, which is handy. So for instance, you might hover over this ebook, and through this particular demo, we'll edit where it says image selected. If you just click on that, you can then upload your own image or pick one that you've already uploaded. So I'm going to just pick this one for now, and then once that's selected, you click apply, and that's going to drop that in, and we'll exit out of that. And then I might want to adjust this to add my own logo in if I've got a picture somewhere. Yeah. Not the best image, but let's just select this one for now, just to show you. Obviously, if you need to click the styling, if you want to, you can adjust things like the padding. But to be fair, this is okay. If you click on so if I click off and come back, if you click on the text editor here, this is where you can either delete, you can edit, clone, drag it around. So we'll go with text editor, and you can adjust the text. So I'm just going to have it saying thank you. If I want to, I can change the font here to something like that. Obviously, again, if you select it, you can click here to change the text font color. So we'll go black, or let's go red, and then click here to adjust the text. So we might just say thank you. Please download your free report below. Obviously we can come here and you can adjust or delete anything that you want. So you want to add in your Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus. That's a little bit outdated now, but again, don't want it, just delete it. If you want to edit it, you can do. If you don't want something, just delete it. So the next thing we're going to do is we'll get the download link working. So we'll click on the little pencil icon. You can change the background color of the buttons. You can change the button size if you want it small, giant, full width, things like that. Plenty of different options you can change. Go up here and you can change the text link. So I'm just going to change it to let me have it. Okie dokie. Display icon, which is basically this little down arrow. If we don't want it, we can just turn it off. Now the link is obviously the most important bit. So what do we want this link to do? We want it to download a file. So here we can either upload a new file, so you just literally browse that and then pick a file from your machine. I'll just cancel out this for now. Maximum up to 999 megabytes, so I mean that's should be ample. So I'm gonna choose a file I've already downloaded. So I'm gonna make sure it's the PDF here, and I'll apply that. Now that should be pretty much there for this rough layout. So if I go up to preview, we can actually preview what the page is going to look like on the web. Obviously it's not very pretty. We can spend time making it look better, but for now, just for this example video, let's test and see if this download works. And it pops up, so that's working. Now next you want to come up here to actions, and publish live, so that's actually a live web page that we can link to. Now in this page builder, there's other things you can do where you can add things like your Facebook pixel or any other tracking codes, or if you want to do some SEO, make sure you've got all your meta tags, descriptions in here. But for now, I'm just going to show you the simple steps. So we've done the thank you page, download page, whatever you want to call it. So that's done. I think I've already done this, but I'll just publish live anyway again. Now this is where you get the link for your page. So you can click here, and this will be the actual link URL to the page. You can edit it if you've already added your subdomain. You can edit it to make sure it picks up your particular subdomain, and then you can have whatever name of it you want. So I'm just going to put download, and once that's saved, then I can just copy and paste that, so I've got that link just in case I need it. We'll close out of this, and then we'll come back to the dashboard, exit, everything saved. So now that's the thank you page. So now we want to have a form set up that's going to be in the initial opt-in page, right? So let's go to my forms. As you can see, I've got a few here, so let's click on the plus green button for the new form, and I'm going to name this test opt-in. Create that, and then we just follow these simple steps really just to set up the opt-in form. So name, email. If you just want to collect the email address, you can do by deleting the name. I'm going to keep both. I like to, in my broadcasts, I like to, you know, name the people, hi, Simon, Jeff, whatever, for a little bit of customization there. So we'll keep that, that's fine. Click save. Let me see, we've got 2 fields there, so that's fine. Save and next. So single opt-in or double opt-in, you know, whether you want when someone enters their name and email to instantly be added to your list, or whether you want them to get an email to say, you know, hey, I've got this thing to send you, click this link to confirm that you want to receive you know, what it is I have to show you. For now, I'm going to keep this single opt-in. Just click save. And now this is why we wanted to do the thank you page first, because the form wants you to tell it where to send the user once they've entered their name and email address, right? So that's the page that we've just done. If you did this step first, you could enter just any page for now, but it can be an external URL, or if you've created a Kartra page, it can be in here. So let's pick the page I've done. So it was a test thank you page, wasn't it? And we'll save that. Go to the next one. If you want to set up a welcome message upon registration, this is where you can do that. Which will then take you into the welcome message email builder, and you can just get your welcome message set up if you want to. Maybe you want to have the link again to the whatever you're giving away in the thank you email. You can do that if you want, but for now I'm going to not have a welcome message. Go to the next one. Now this is handy if you want to assign a tag to a user who has obviously entered their name and email address. So you might want to add a tag that says whatever tag you want. Maybe it tags them with opted in, and then you know that they opted in via a certain form or whatever. Tags are very helpful, but for now I'm just gonna not. Now you want to obviously get them subscribed to a list. So yes, subscribe to a list. You can obviously pick one, or you can create a new list name. Just enter it what you want. So subscriber list. Public description, it does actually is public to them, so make sure it's something that they may they'll realize what they're signed up to. So I'm just gonna write test here for now. Create that, add, make sure you add that, and then you can see that they'll now be added to a new list called test, whatever you name it. Click save. This is if you want to subscribe them to any follow-up sequences. So in my communications, you can create like a sequence. So when they sign up, you can set, like, maybe they get an email on the first day to say here's the item, and then maybe 2 days later you might want to send them a follow-up email. Another 2 days later you want to send them to another follow-up email. So you can add them to a sequence. So I'll show you how to set up a sequence in another another video. But for now, we're not going to subscribe them to any sequences, and you can do that at a later date anyway. add a new sequence and then add them in. So for now, we're not going to subscribe them to any sequences and no advanced automations. So obviously you can embed this form on your own website, or you can embed it in a Kartra page, which is what we're going to do here. So I'm just going to click save, and finish. So that's done. So now we're going to go back to my pages and we're going to create the landing page. Okay, so we'll go new pages, and as you can see, we've got a squeeze page here we could use. So depending on what we want to use. Now obviously you could use this for a Facebook ad. Maybe people will click on the Facebook ad and they're taken to this landing page, or however you're driving traffic. So I'm going to select this one as my initial landing page, and I'm going to test landing, no particular category. Categories are helpful if you're wanting to group all your pages into certain categories so you can find them easier, because once you've got a billion pages like I have, it becomes quite tricky to nail down exactly what page you're looking for. So this is obviously to create the landing page. So again, you can come in here and you can edit every aspect of this. So I might want to change this to the ebook, and I might want to change this to up here. I'll do another longer tutorial video, but you can adjust things like columns and components, so you can obviously pick what you're looking to do. That's what I wanted, a little text editor, because I want to change this to free report. Again, if you want, you can include these bits. If you don't want these, you can delete them. I'm going to keep it. Just put just let's say for right, I'm in the magic trick niche for Kartra, so again, as well as other stuff. But so for this free magic book, my example, learn how to do hundreds amazing magic tricks in this free book. Okay, and then maybe let's give them some instructions. Just enter your email and let's change it, name and email below, ... Now we can then select our form. So just click on this little pencil, comes up here. So our form was, what was it, test opt-in, I think. We'll apply that. Again, you can change things like text color, this, that, and the other. You can have these effects have been added fairly recently, where you can have. I tend to go for the bounce. It's quite nice. You apply that, and when this page loads up, it sort of bounces, as you'll see in a minute. So let's have a preview of this. See how it's looking. As you can see, that sort of gave it a little bounce there. I'm going to change this button. And Okie dokie, so let's give this a whirl. So I will publish live, just so we've got that. But theoretically, this should now work. Again, once you've published it, it will come up with the URL, obviously, which you'll need to paste it. Say in your Facebook ad or in an email, depending on what you're doing. So that obviously then drops people onto this squeeze page. Then let's have a test of this. So I'll enter my name, email, boom, takes you straight away to the thank you page that we created earlier, and then the user can then click on and download what you're giving them away for free. So that's it. That's basically like I say, a quick overview of creating a squeeze page or a landing page in Kartra using the drag and drop page builder, and just showing you how often it's easier to do things in reverse with Kartra. So you create the thank you page first, then you create the opt-in form, then you create the landing page, and if you do that, you've got all the bits then that all slot together without you having to backtrack. So if you create the initial page first, the landing page first, you've not got your form to embed, so you'd have to go back and do that. You've not got your thank you page to link to, so you'd have to go back to that. So it can just be a little bit better if you just do it backwards, and yeah, and do it that way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'm going to come out with plenty more Kartra tutorials. So if you've got any questions, just ask them in the comments below. Also, Kartra at the minute are doing a 14-day trial for $1, and if you use a link that's below, I will send you my 2 best converting funnels for free, and I'll show you what they are. So this is my book funnel. Now it's similar to the book funnel that you get free with Kartra anyway. However, I've added a few bells and whistles that really help with up my conversion. So there's offer bumps in here, there is upsells, and like I say, if you get Kartra a 14-day trial, then email me, let me know you've done that. I'll send you these funnels over, and I'll show you exactly how to use them. I'll send you my book funnel and my free plus shipping funnel. Again, both of these super easy to just plug into your Kartra account, and then you can just change the graphics, change products, and you can be away. So remember, like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers, bye.